Hey guys, welcome to the From A to B podcast, where every topic's fair game. So sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. So what have we got today?
We have my sister joining us today behind the camera. Amy, say hello.
Hello.
She's here to do a episode on controversial topics, and not even controversial, just topics in general.
Yeah, we might have a debate between us two.
Where did I put the coin?
I've got it here.
Have you got the coin? Okay, cool. So what's going to happen is Amy's going to read out a debate topic, and we'll flip a coin to see who's going to argue for or against it, whether you agree with it or not. And we're just going to see who can win the argument.
Yeah, so bear in mind, we might disagree with what we say, but you have to kind of just go with the debate and see who's actually the better debater.
Mm-hmm.
So Amy's came up with all the topics, so it'll be interesting to see. We have no idea what she's came up with, so it'll be really interesting to see what she's came up with. And one of us could be getting shafted the whole entire time.
Yeah, so what is it we're going to do? What we're going to do?
Yeah, so Amy will say the topic, and then I'll be flipping the coin. Heads is always going to be for, tails is always going to be against. So I'll be flipping it for Ben. If it lands in tails, he's against, then that means I'm for. And then the next controversial topic, Ben will be flipping it for me, and if it lands in for, I'll be going for, and Ben will be going against. So yeah, that's the idea. So Amy, what is the first controversial topic?
Okay, we'll start with an easy one to get you into it.
Okay.
So, first one, are aliens real?
Are aliens real? Oh.
And you're flipping it.
I'm
so if
flipping
this
it.
lands in tails, I need to argue
Against,
against,
and then
okay.
heads for. So tails, so you're arguing against it.
Oh. Right,
And
okay.
I'm arguing for it. Okay,
Right, okay.
you want to go first or you want me to go first?
So what is it we're going to do?
So, well, I'll kind of just state my point, you state your point, and then
Okay.
we can go ahead and disagree.
Right,
So,
I'll go first.
you go
Right,
first.
so
Why do aliens not exist?
aliens don't exist because there is no proof. There is no photographic evidence. You need to believe it. You need to see it to believe it.
Yeah,
It's not a thing. It's like Santa Claus, isn't it? So, I mean, Santa's never been actually seen by anybody. The real Santa, you always see his helpers at the shop centres and stuff like. But the real Santa's never been seen. Therefore, people agree that he isn't real. So, if you've never seen an alien, aliens aren't real. They're just a figment of your imagination. They're not real.
Well, I definitely think aliens are real because when you think about how huge the universe is, there's got to be something out there. An alien could be simply a plant. Anything that's a living thing is classed as an alien because it's out with this world and it's living. So anything out with this could be living.
Yeah, but by that logic, then we're aliens too.
No, because we are like that's like saying maybe not bring it. That's like saying we're foreigners in our own country.
You hear that? My brother's racist.
No, but what I'm saying is because we're from this world, it doesn't mean we're aliens.
Yeah,
but
okay,
anything out with this
I get
world
that,
is
I get that.
aliens.
I
Yeah,
just want to tell you as a racist.
yeah, thanks.
But, so aliens aren't real.
Aliens aren't real. Is that just what you're going with?
Because you're saying that they're plants, but when you say
No, I said it could be
aliens, but when you say alien, you said the universe is massive. The universe isn't a size. There's no quantity to it. It's endless. It's just a big.
Yeah,
void.
which makes it even like scarier that there's or
Just
more
back that
obvious.
up to your
Yeah, it's more
You're
obvious.
supposed to read fucking questions.
But the thing is, like, yes, there's probably no evidence, but then there's, I suppose, some people put things out there that is evidence, but then again nowadays, how do you know what's
So
real
much
and
it's
what's
fake,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Area 51 is obviously real, isn't it?
Area 51. No, it's not. No. What's the first 50 areas?
No, they just called it Area 51 because why is it
Why,
called
did
Area
they-
51?
exactly. See, you don't even know that, so how can you know if there's aliens? If aliens are real?
Yeah, well, I didn't know this topic, so I wasn't prepared. But aliens definitely exist in some sort of form. But I think the only reason there's two reasons they could not have visited this planet. First of all, they're not as advanced, so they can't actually make it to another planet to find out another galaxy of that. And two, they just think that we're not worth coming to because we're too dumb.
Probably the second one.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because they're not real.
Okay, well, I think that's a
We know who won that one.
yeah.
That's-
But this is the point of it. You're going to shout something.
I genuinely, I couldn't think of it to say. I started.
No, I think you're fair point. There's no evidence. I think.
I started relating aliens to Santa Claus.
Oh, the Santa Claus part. Saint Nicholas was real.
Right. Next.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say I'm doing that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, so next one. Should gym goers use performance enhancing substances? Like steroids?
Okay, so if it's heads,
Tails, you need to argue against. I need to
Against
argue
it.
for.
right, okay.
Gym goers or
No, any athletes.
nah, because that's a different argument.
Yeah. So we'll go with athletes. I think if you say athletes with should athletes use enhanced performance drugs
And you need to argue
Ability.
against it.
against it? Oh, right, okay. Am I going first then?
Yeah, you go first.
So enhanced performance drugs, like it is like a cheat code in it. So it's not natural at the end of the day. So you're forcing out with human nature, and with that's like using a cheat code on a computer game. And
Have you never done that now?
I haven't actually, no.
You're a liar. Anyway,
But in like COD, for example, that's like someone could get me fucking aimbot, so it's just completely unfair in the rest of the field. Although,
yeah, I get what you mean, right? So that's fair enough if you're using performance enhancing drugs, Jesus Christ, in a sport without telling people.
Yeah.
You also get the ones, like the categories where it is
known.
allowed, yeah. So
Yeah.
like bodybuilding, like Arnie wasn't natural, and it openly says that.
Yeah.
He took tests, he says twice a year, but I don't think he ever came off it. And like, you get other things as well, like, do you get other sports where you're allowed to use performance enhancing drugs?
No, not really.
Well,
There's not. There's like with. Fun enough, there's actually a thing coming out against the Olympics. I think it's next year. Can't remember what it's actually
I've
called.
heard of it. It's
And this guy's
enhanced games or
allowing
something.
athletes to use enhanced performance drugs,
Aye.
which I think the only benefit of it is that they're going to be getting more money because Olympians, someone that makes the first round of Wimbledon makes more money than a gold medalist.
Aye.
So I think it's good in that aspect, but also the risk of it is very, very dangerous because, like, they could end up getting so competitive, like they're thinking, "Oh, I need to take more, so then I can beat this guy."
Yeah,
And then the chance of health issues again. Like, enhanced performance drugs. There's so many health issues that can go wrong.
Aye, heart disease.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm
you
agreeing with him here.
you can take it in a proper way, yes.
That's what I
But
was
even
gonna say.
even then there's still a risk factor.
Aye, but see, like you say, look at the Rock, for example, right? The Rock claims he's natural, but I do not
No,
believe
he's
the Rock's
definitely
natural.
not natural. He's definitely.
But even if he is, he'll be on like crazy amounts of tests. He'll be running all sorts of cycles, but he'll be spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on doctors per year
Oh yeah.
on like post psychotherapy things to take alongside. He'll be getting blood works done like every week. Like, do you know what I mean? Whereas like people with
Aye,
less
if it's
money-
just your normal gym. Do you know 1 in 5 guys in a gym take steroids?
yeah, that's what I've heard that.
Over 2 million men in the world take steroids, which is actually nuts to think about. So if you're in a gym and there's 5 guys in it, at least one of you is taking enhanced performance drugs or steroids. And pretty much every athlete out there is on some sort of enhanced performance drug.
It's an argument that creatine is a performance enhancing drug.
But then you can get that from natural sources like
Pre-workout. You can't get that from natural sources.
caffeine.
Aye, but there's stuff in
There is
that.
stuff in it as well, yeah. It's annoying because I have like arguments for you and I'm trying not to say them as well. But like, I think the risk of steroids and that is really, really high, or any enhanced performance drugs, and it's, it's the same way any drugs into it, drugs as a whole, there's just always
But the
negatives.
results, depending on what your goal is, outweigh the negatives, especially if you do it properly.
Well, if you look at a lot of the people that over abuse,
I said do it properly.
yeah, but what's doing it properly? What about Sam Sulek?
Taking them in the right.
Is he
He's not doing it properly, no.
how was properly?
Because properly is running them small doses, like micro dosing for a period of 8 to 10 weeks. Taking the right therapy when you come off them, eating properly while you're on them, sleeping properly while you're on them, training properly while you're on them, so you don't end up with gyno or getting like really, really bad acne.
Yep.
But you can still get that depending on who you are and how you react to it. But
As everyone's genes are different to it.
yeah,
But yeah, it's like there's some people that can be on steroids and actually have no growth. Well, not no growth, but not as much growth as someone. Like for example, if you were to go on it, and I was to go on it, you might blow up, and then I might not blow up. As much. So it's
that happens when we're natural anyway. So
fuck off. You end up winning that because of that statement. Anyway. Right, next topic.
So who won that one, Amy?
Who won it, actually?
I agree with Aaron, but I think then arguments were better.
Thank you.
I think that's fair, actually.
Okay, next one.
Coin.
Can money buy happiness?
Oh.
Can money buy happiness? I don't actually know what I want here.
I know what I want.
Right, okay, so heads, you're for, tails, you're against. Well, you're against.
Oh.
Is it? Is it? So I'm for.
Is this a double-sided coin?
So you're saying money can buy happiness?
Money can buy
Then
happiness.
you're saying it can't.
Oh, right, okay, so you didn't get the one you wanted.
Nah.
You go first this
It's all
time.
about the money.
I'm not all about the money. I'm not going to say it for my reasons. So, the money doesn't buy happiness because it can't buy you a wife. It can't buy you a wife. Do you know what I mean? Like, it can't buy you kids. It can't buy you, like wrestling for me. Like, money cannot compare to the feeling I get when I run through that curtain and I get the reaction I get and I have a good match.
Yeah.
But, like, and also, like, cars and stuff don't mean shit. They just don't. It's just a drain on you and your bank account. Even if you have money, you're spending money on it and it depresses you because every month something goes wrong with it or something.
Yeah.
But whereas it's quality time with your family, building Lego, like going to the gym, all these things, they release endorphins in you that money just can't do.
Yeah. Well, I do think money can buy you happiness. You're about saying not buying a wife. There is gold diggers out there.
Yeah, that's true. But then they aren't with you for you, they're with you for your money, so you don't have that connection that
money
makes you
could be
happy.
you. You could be a money person.
But you're not.
I am not, but
Then why are you arguing?
because I have to. Also, you're saying about your wrestling.
Mhm.
Like for you, you've had to pay to get into wrestling, so you need money to buy that happiness.
Yes.
You've also saying about doing Lego with your family. You also need money to buy Lego because it ain't cheap. So money, I wouldn't say money can definitely buy happiness in a way. It takes off a lot of stress of people from like obviously bills and like stresses of losing your house and all that type of stuff. So I think it can definitely buy happiness because there's less chance of stress and worries and argument. Do you know that?
I don't think that's buying happiness. I think that's buying comfort.
Well, do you know one of
That's,
the biggest reasons for divorces and breakups is actually money?
Yeah, but that's because they're all shallow bastards. Like money buys comfort. What you've just said there is it helps you pay bills, it helps you keep your house, it helps you do what you need to do on a daily basis. But if you've got all that money and you're sat here paying your bills and sitting in the house with nobody, with no friends, with no nothing, are you really happy or are you just comfy?
You can pay for them.
Yeah, but it's not just that. And you're saying that I used money to buy Lego to get me happy, and I used money to buy me into wrestling to get me happy. But the initial payment didn't make me happy. The money didn't make me happy. The end result made me happy.
Yeah, that's fair. But I also think like with having the money, you can go on like holidays with your family. If your kid wants to become like a professional wrestler, you can help them do that by paying for these things, the best coaches and all that, and you seeing that will make you happy, but you wouldn't be able to do that unless you had money.
The money isn't what's making you happy, it's the act that's making you happy.
Yeah, but that act wouldn't be possible without money.
No, it's not necessarily impossible.
Yeah, or what about like if you see someone that's homeless out in the street, then you could actually help change that person's life by having money.
No, you wouldn't. But yeah.
You wouldn't?
They're just a random homeless guy.
Yeah, but that's you. You're shallow.
I'm not shallow, but like, come on, man. You never know, they could be faking it. I've seen a lot of fakers in Glasgow.
Yeah, true, that's true. But I'm just saying, like, you can definitely change someone's life, which can, like, you never seen these people on TikTok, although some of them I think are just doing it for views and stuff. But Mr. Beast, he's a great example. Some people don't like Mr. Beast, but he generally... What?
Who?
I don't know, do you see some comments that just hate on him and he helped...
That's just life.
He spent so much money to help people that were blind to become unblind.
Oh, I seen that.
And that he got hate because he only helped like so many people. And I was like, what? But anyway, he's...
See, money didn't buy him happiness in that sense. Money bought him sadness because he was getting shit for it.
He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But, anyway, who won that debate? Yes.
Oh shit.
So Anne's arguments were good there.
Thank you.
All right.
Money buys happiness. Let's go. Get rich, folks.
Okay, the next one could be pretty controversial.
Wait, did you flip for me?
No, it's me flipping this time.
Okay.
Okay, should abortion be legal?
Oh, shit.
I think we should start flipping the coin before we get the thing from now on. But
Okay,
yeah,
we can
should
do that.
abortion be legal? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god.
I don't...
Okay.
What the hell would he...
I don't know what I want here. You've got 4.
Okay. Shit.
Ben, I'm sorry, you're getting so shafted.
I know. I need,
Wait, no,
so I need to
is
say,
It should be legal.
I'm arguing that it should be illegal.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I think both arguments are just...
Do you know, I kind of agree with mine anyway.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Wait, so I'm
well, it
arguing that
depends
it
on the-
should be legal, you're arguing that it shouldn't be legal.
Aye. So I think abortion should be illegal. Can I have a technicality here? So I think abortion should be illegal unless both parents consent to it.
Okay.
So what happens if it's rape?
If the father is not around, fuck me man, that was a curveball. If the father's not around and the father is a convict and the father is not there to raise the child and inseminated the woman without consent, then yes, that's fair dues. That's a technicality. But if the father's still around and he's willing and able and he wants to look after that kid and he's running a relationship and it was consensual sex, then I think there should be a argument for them to still have their kid.
Yeah. I think... Aye, so I'm going that it should be legal. to
Yeah.
have abortion. So I think there's positions people get in that they can't get out of, and then sometimes you can be in a really bad position, and it doesn't mean that you can actually bring a kid into this world and actually bring it up and be able to look after it and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's a life. You're taking a life away. Like that kid in there, regardless of whether it's sentient or conscious of the fact that it's alive yet, it's alive.
But,
Like see like all these vegans and green people that like trees, are moaning about trees getting cut down. Trees aren't conscious of their life. They're alive, but they're not conscious, and they're sad that they're killing these trees. But if you're killing a baby that's inside somebody just because it's not conscious, like it feels alright.
but then, what happens if someone has a miscarriage?
That's not an abortion. That's an involuntary abortion. That's an accident.
Aye, but what I'm saying is like,
That's like a baby being born and being in a car crash on the way home. It's an accident.
yeah, an accident, but but before it's born, like, is there still like the loss the same as actually the baby being born?
To the parents, aye, you would think.
I would say more to the female, obviously, because she's obviously grown up, but to like the guy and everyone else around, like,
So,
you feel sad and sorry for him.
if-
But
For example, if Babs was,
if
Babs was 6
I
months
thought you were going to
pregnant.
say. I thought you were going to say Kim.
Oh, right, no. Oh, well, aye, that as well.
She is pregnant.
Well, aye, that as well.
We're
Like,
talking about Kim, don't jinx.
right, okay.
Yeah.
So, say for example, Fabs was 6 months pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what's the cut off for abortion?
30.
3 months or something, is it not?
Yeah, I think it might be like 12 weeks or something.
Okay, so say for example, it's just before 3 months. You know
Yeah.
that you're having this kid. You started planning for it. You're thinking about painting the spare room and taking the Lego at it, and all of a sudden, bam,
Oh,
blood.
23 weeks and 6 days. That's really late.
23 weeks and 6 days. Oh, that's quite far away.
That is mad. But
Yeah.
so, say for example, you're about that, and then all of a sudden you lose it. You got to tell me just because you didn't grow it and it wasn't born yet, you're not devastated. You wouldn't be.
I feel like if you,
upset.
I feel like if you had that attachment already and thinking that you're going to have the kid in that, then yeah, you'd definitely be more upset. But I think if you and your partner agree to have an abortion because you aren't in the right position, or that or for example, Amy says that if a woman get raped or anything like that, there's nothing, like wrong with stopping that affecting your life.
Yeah, I know. No, I get that, but then again, there's the argument that it's still a life. You've, like, other than the rape argument, you've made the conscious decision to go through with the risks of having a kid.
But then technically the woman and the man that's having a kid, they technically haven't got rid of it. It's the doctor, so the doctor's the killer.
They've made the choice to let the doctor murder their child. Anyway, I think right,
yeah, I don't like this topic. Let's move on.
You both had fair arguments there.
Yeah,
So
that's
who won?
tough.
I think I draw.
A draw. Yeah.
There's.
So what is it? It's 2-1 to you?
2-1-1.
Because I've won 1, you've won 2, and there's a draw.
Ah, yeah, 2-1-1.
The next one, I don't know how you're going to argue this, but is water wet?
It's water wet, right? Okay.
Water wet. That's a change in a. Is water wet? Right. What do I actually want here? Right. We were meant to do the thing where we flipped the coin.
I know, sorry, you missed it too fast.
Heads, so you're arguing for it.
So water is wet for me and water isn't wet for you.
Let's not go too deep into the physics. I know he's loved physics.
Right, okay.
You want to go first?
No, you go first. then.
Okay. So, water isn't wet. That's what I'm arguing for.
Yeah.
Water isn't wet because it makes things wet, but isn't wet itself. So how can it be wet until it touches something?
Because it's always touching something.
But is fish wet?
Yes, fish are wet.
No, but they're only wet once you take it out the water.
No, they're wet when they're in the water as well.
How do you know?
Because they're in the water. when a fish is...
But no, when you're in the water, you don't know that you're wet.
Yes, you do.
No, you
because
don't.
there's water all over your body and in your orifices and in your hair.
But when you're under the water, like, you don't think you're wet. You don't get that wet
Do you not?
sensation.
So when you jump in the swimming pool, you think you're dry?
What, if I'm under the water?
No, you don't.
No, you're not dry, but you're not wet.
Right, I get your argument that water is water until it touches something, then it makes the object wet because the water is on it.
Yeah.
But the reason that it's wet is because the water is wet.
So annoying because I agree. I hate this argument, but
We're just going to bend the wind for that one.
yeah, I think we'll move on because the thing is, I agree. I would be against it, so yeah,
Yeah, that was a hard one.
yeah.
Okay,
Back to you.
would it be good to live forever?
Oh,
That's a good question. Actually, you've done well with these, Amy.
you need to argue for and I need to argue against.
Oh, sorry, I
So
meant to let you flip that
no, it's
first.
fine.
Sorry,
It's fine.
sorry.
So you're arguing for,
And I'm arguing against.
I'll go first since I'm
Okay.
against. So, if you live forever, and I'm assuming this is if you're the only person living forever, not
Yeah,
everybody.
no.
So, if you live forever, then everybody you love will die.
I knew that was good.
And you will be not alone because you'll have all the younger people in your family to come up with you, but then eventually they're going to be like, who's this guy that's just never dying? And then people are going to lose touch with you and you're going to end up on your own.
But I think that's
And
personal choice.
What happens when humans go extinct and you can't go extinct because you can't die?
You'll get to see the next species.
But then you will be the alone one.
That alone one.
Yes. That's what you'll be called. It's like
The
Bigfoot.
alone one.
That'll be the next species.
It'll create a great movie.
Yeah, well, that's if they have movies. But
No, but I think if you lived forever, you could find out so many answers to things. You could end up finding out the cure to cancer,
I would like to think so.
and then
If you're living forever.
and then people would die.
No wonder to give the truth.
Or
They've all died.
you could like living forever as well. You just have the answers for everything. Help loads of people out. You could also maybe come up with a way to help everyone else live forever.
But you'd also need to witness a lot more tragedies. You've had to put up with a
I
lot
think you
more
would become
loss.
numb to it.
Imagine dogs. Imagine how many dogs you would see die.
But I think you become numb to it.
I don't think you would.
No, how
I don't
do
think you
how
could
do
ever become numb to
people like Marines and all that eventually become numb to it?
Because they train themselves to.
Yeah, exactly. You can train yourself.
Why would you
can
train
live
yourself to
forever.
become emotionless?
Because
Why
you
would you
live
want to
forever.
live forever emotionless? You're just going to walk about like a fucking emotionless.
Have you seen? Oh, what's it called again? Fallout.
Yeah, I've not watched it yet, but I've heard it's good.
Yeah, it is good. And there's a guy that he's called a Ghoul, and he technically
Is that the guy with the no nose?
Voldemort.
Voldemort cowboy.
he technically like can live forever unless he eventually doesn't get the antidote to turn into a zombie. But although I might not get that factual, so don't hate me. But yeah,
Factual. It's a fucking man with no nose in the family.
but yeah, he's loving life, killing folk.
Living life, killing people, but he's living forever, having to witness all that.
Yeah, but he's okay. For example, right? Would you prefer to live to 90 or live to 30?
30.
You prefer to die at 30?
Well, I'm not going to live to 90, am I?
Why not?
Because I work with asbestos and I wrestle and...
No, but what would you prefer?
What would I prefer?
Yeah.
Probably live to 90.
Aye, so why would you prefer to live longer?
Because 90 and infinity is a very, very far apart fucking
No,
comparison.
because you prefer to live longer. You would prefer to live longer.
30 to 90 is 3 times longer. Infinity to 90 is incomprehensible. There's no fucking mathematics that gets you there. That's completely different questions. That's like saying, would you rather die before you're born
But I
or
think
live forever?
if you're living for an infinite, yes, you're going to have your ups and downs, but the same, it doesn't matter your lifespan.
The majority of it will be down though.
No, how will it though?
Because the majority of your life anyways down.
That's your choice. That's your decision. That's your mindset. Whereas if you have a infinite amount of time, you'll have like loads of ups and downs, just like you would. But it's just your life is a lot longer than
A lot
an
longer.
average life.
It's not longer, it's never ending.
Okay, guys. I think Ben won that one.
Oh yeah.
Do you agree with that, or do you think you would rather live forever?
No, I wouldn't live. I wouldn't
Cool.
want to live forever.
We've only got a minute left, but I think we should do one more.
Let's do one more.
I've got one that'll probably make Ben leave.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay. Is
Is it me?
wrestling fake?
Oh please, please give you against. No, 4. Please give you 4.
Okay.
Oh, you've got against.
Cool. Thank fuck.
I didn't think you would have answered.
Yeah. So
I think either way, this is going to get me hot, so go.
I'm gonna go first. Yeah. Right. So wrestling is fake because you already know the scenarios and you already know the play out. So if you compare it to any other sport, like football, tennis, that you don't know the result, you don't know the next shot that's coming, you don't know the next move that's coming. But in wrestling, you do.
Okay, so wrestling's not a sport, it's a performance. It's not classed as a sport. They call it sports when you're on the show, but it's not a sport. It's physical theatre. You are out there in the ring with an opponent that in the viewer's eye is your enemy.
Yeah.
But in actuality, you are working with them to put on a show. So, like, when you watch the Avengers, you don't go, oh, for fuck's sake, Thanos couldn't actually beat Iron Man because that's fake. It's a fucking show, it's a teleprogram, but when I'm in the ring, it's live and it's happening, it's like stunt performing.
Yeah.
So you are hitting each other, there's real contact, you're hitting that mat, and the equivalent to hitting that mat is like being in a 20-mile-an-hour car crash every time you hit it. So it's just as physical, if not more physical, than the majority of sports out there. The contest itself isn't competitive, but the fighting is
So yeah,
real, you're hitting each other.
I would say but you're trying, like you said, you're trying to help each other out in the aspect to not actually hurt each other. So you're trying to, like, you would prefer that if we were wrestling, you'd prefer that you would land me in a position with one of your moves safely, like to look the part but not actually be the part.
Yes.
So
but regardless, it's still going to hurt like fuck.
No, debatable, because if you're putting it in the comparing wrestling to MMA, MMA is going to fucking hurt.
Yeah, getting punched in the face is going to hurt.
Yeah.
See if I pick you up for a body slam and throw you onto the mat,
Yeah,
and you're going to get winded because you don't know how to take a bump properly.
It's still going to hurt. Yeah, but if you're comparing it to contact sports,
I didn't compare it to contact sports. I literally said that at the start. I said it's not a competitive sport; it's physical theatre.
yeah, but
you're still going in there
you're
and you're
comparing
laying
it.
into each
It's
other.
like getting hit by a 20-mile-per-hour car crash, which will still hurt. But like in MMA and all that type of stuff, it's like getting hit. Like you're pretty much comparing yourself to stunt doubles in movies.
Yes,
So at the end of the day-
which there's more injuries within that than there is within fucking sports. So it's more dangerous.
I would say nowadays it's definitely not, because the advancement in everything, because the crash mats and all that type of stuff. Back in the days with freaking like Jackie Chan done stuff, aye, definitely. But look at him, he's one of the best stunt doubles ever, and he's fine.
Yeah, I know. And I bet you if you were to sit and tell him falling on your ass every single day a million times is fake, he'd slap you. Because
Well, it's definitely, it's like you're still getting hurt, yes, but it's the overall show is fake.
Yeah, no,
Because you just compared it to Avengers. Avengers is fake.
Yeah.
Because but there's stuff that's happening in the background that's real, that actually happens. But the overall show is fake.
Yes, the story is fake.
Yeah.
But there's a bit in Fight Club, right? A movie that's fake. It's about a fucking
Great film.
imaginary man. Yes, it's one of my favourite films. There's a take where the stunt double fell down the stairs in the car park, and it's like 30 stairs. They filmed it 15 times, and they went with the first take. The guy broke his ribs and done all himself in all sorts of ways when he was filming it. But that was a part of a story that wasn't real, but it was a real act of fucking yourself down the stairs for a film.
Yeah.
So it's the same kind of...
I definitely wouldn't say wrestling is easy, and it's definitely brutal in some aspects. But I think, yes, with the overall knowing what to do and what's next, just creates that fakeness aspect.
You don't always know, though. You call a lot out when you're out there.
Yeah, so you still know before it happens, whereas a lot of, well, would you class yourself as an athlete?
Yes.
Yeah, so a lot of athletes don't know how their performances are going to go.
I don't know how mine's got to go before I go out the curtain anyway. Anything could go wrong. I broke my leg wrestling.
Anything can go wrong, but it could go wrong for me walking to my car.
Yeah, but that's not a competitive sport. Either's wrestling.
Yeah, but
Calm down.
I know this could go on for ages. Yeah.
So who won that one?
I think you kind of fumbled yourself on it then because you
How?
called it theatre.
Yeah, but it's still real.
Theatre.
We're gonna cause another debate here.
Yeah, we're both a draw.
I think both of us did argue our points
Just so
fairly
that I
clearly.
don't get chucked out my house. We're both a draw.
Okay, well,
But no, I would definitely agree. Wrestling is a very, very tough sport, and it takes a lot. And people it is real in the aspect that you're getting hit hard and all that. It's just like obviously the aspect of knowing who's winning, and that you practice the stunts where your actual, like the story, like you said, the story's fake, but like everything else is definitely real. Yeah, 100%. But yes, that's the From A to B podcast, and there's a debate. So thanks again, Amy, for coming up with the debates.
yeah.
Let us know who you thought.
That was a longer episode. This is just completely shafted.
I know, yeah,
27 minutes.
27 minutes, but we'll just
We'll post it as this length anyway.
get heated.
One off.
We got heated down. This could happen all the time, those two.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Give us a follow on that if you want to listen to more, and see you next week.
Cheers.
Bye.